What's up guys, NepentheZ here and welcome back to another episode of Draft to Glory. Today we're going to be carrying on with the theme drafts. First of all, thank you guys so much for the support. I don't know what's happening on the channel right now. Every video is just killing it, and this is a period in FIFA where not only is FIFA dead, but I'm looking at like my friends and my colleagues around the FIFA scene, and FIFA videos generally are just doing horrific. But you guys are still here, so thank you guys so much. I asked on Twitter what we should do for the next themed drafts, and I offered 4 options: left foot only, highest rated players, best weak foot, or fastest players. And it's basically even. So left foot only is winning at 30%, fastest players at 28%, highest rated 22%, and best weak foot at 20%. So today is going to be a draft where we pick every left-footed player that it shows. If more than one left-footed player shows, we will of course choose which one is better for the team. Before we get into that, if you guys could drop a thumbs up, it would be much appreciated. So obviously here, see, now I would say we should go with Messi, but Di Maria is left-footed too. Thiago Silva not, Ibra Ronaldo not. The choice is here between Messi and Di Maria, and the reason why I would say maybe we pick Di Maria is because we could potentially get a better version of Messi, and I think I would prefer that. It doesn't matter anyway because Di Maria is going to go onto the bench. So we're going to take this might backfire. I'm going to take Di Maria. That's who we're going to go with. We're now going to go up into our strikers. Now, obviously, I have a pretty good understanding of most players' strong foot. Oh my God, look at that. Antoine Griezmann, team of the season. Let's go. But I am going to have to check some players just to make sure I know whether or not they're left-footed or right-footed. And look at that. Romelu Lukaku and Antoine Griezmann as my strikers. You couldn't ask for anything more than that. That is pretty damn good. Let's get the Cam Messi. Okay, so this is where I'm actually going to have a look at the player. So he's right-footed. Lodero is left-footed. So Lodero is the only left-footed player. So we have to take him. And as per theme draft rules that I made up by myself because I wanted to, I will use every left-footed player, even if it means playing players out of position. I just think it gives these drafts like a little extra edge. Well, I know James Milner is left-footed. James Milner is not left-footed. You know why I think he's left-footed? Because he's got a left-back card, and that's just stupidity on my part. But 5 right-footed players, so I can take whoever I want here because they're either going to play or they're going to just sit on the bench, and that's that. Look at these. It's Bonaventura again. That's 5 right-footed players again. We're going to take Toni Kroos on this occasion. I mean, Kroos has a 5-star weak foot anyway. So does that count for being left-footed? That counts, doesn't it? I say that counts. What do you guys reckon? 5-star weak foot counts as being left-footed? What do we got here? Right. What is going on? I'm half tempted to take Coquelin just because of the links, but I also wouldn't mind Toure because he's beast. Let's take Yaya Toure. We've now got 3 left-footeds and 3 right-footeds, and Di Maria on the bench, obviously, that would have to play. Are we going to get a left-footed player here? Right, and right again. Let's take this Argentinian dude. Who cares about chemistry, right? Now, obviously, every left-back is probably going to be left-footed. Maybe the odd one that is right-footed. Right, so they're all left-footed. I'll go with Contrao, just because he gets that strong link to Toni Kroos. Not that we're necessarily going to be playing Toni Kroos, specifically because Di Maria is going to be in the team in one stage or another. He's going to play there. There's some good centre-backs there. So left-footed Chiellini, left-footed Martinez. I'm going to take... I know Martinez would get links. Only a soft link, mind. I'm going to take Chiellini. I think that's the smarter choice. I think the Calcio A could be good for us here. Let's see what we get out of these defenders. Right. Left-footed Pogba, left-footed Astori, that's more like it. So there you go, we'll take Astori, and he gets that strong link to Chiellini, and that's 2 left-footed players that could just stay there. I don't know about goalkeepers and their feet. Right. So all right-footed here. We have no Calcio A player. No Italian goalkeeper. I take De Gea for the rating. So that's the team to start with. We're going to have to play Di Maria, and I'm going to pop him up in there instead of Kante. And Lodero also has to stay in. So for chemistry, this is pretty bad. But for footedness, obviously we're looking for a left-footed draft. So what do we get here? Ooh, if Messina is left-footed, that would be really helpful. He is left-footed. Let's go. So we'll take Messina. We're going to put Messina in there. And then we're going to swap around those two. And we're going to swap around those two. And we're going to swap around those two. And that puts us up to 63 chemistry. That puts us up to 64 chemistry. That's even better. That puts us up to 66 chemistry. Let's go. That's more like it. 66 chem there. Very nice indeed. And that's another left-footed player on the team. Next. Oh, God. I hope these are all right-footed. Damn it. We got to take this dude. And we got to play this dude. Yaya Toure is out. We now have Toni Kroos and David De Gea as the only right-footed players left in the team. I think. I'm pretty sure. I could be wrong. Falcao, right. Left for Salah, of course, and left for Ganso. Who would be better here? Well, Ganso would be better. Because he'd get that link into... obviously, Toni Kroos now goes. Ganso gets that link into Coentrao and Griezmann just to give them a little bit of chemistry. I believe now every player in the team is left-footed except for David De Gea. So we've got Coentrao, left-footed. Chiellini, left-footed. Astori, left-footed. And Messina, left-footed. We then have this silver dude, Di Maria and Ganso we've just picked. Lodero, of course, we know is left-footed. He's 4-star there. That's not too bad. Griezmann and Lukaku left-footed. So now every left-footed player I take, I can trade out for the other left-footed players if it boosts chemistry. And that's sad. I could use these as a sub though. I could use Ronaldo as a sub. I think as per the rules again, dudes, it's more about just picking the left-footed. Yes, there's that Lionel Messi I was waiting for, dudes. Let's get Messi in. Let's pop him in there. Boom. And we swap those two around just like so. Is that going to benefit us for chemistry? Yep, there we go. I'll put Messi there. I'm so glad we didn't take that first Messi. That just works out so nicely. I actually might think it might be beneficial for chemistry. We're at 60 chem now. Let me swap these around again. 59 there. I wondered if it might be beneficial for chemistry to... No, I mean, it's only one chem different. Right, so that's that. If we get a left-footed goalkeeper, or if we don't get a left-footed goalkeeper, I just hope for like Buffon. Buffon would be ideal. I have a feeling Reina is left-footed. He's not. Brilliant. So no... Oh, no, we did get a Calcium goalkeeper. Boom, we could pop him in there. That's a nice big chem boost there. 6 chemistry points. Next on the list. So any left-footed player that is better than who we have is perfect. So Elisiu is left-footed, and he is the guy we're going to take. Now, is he going to benefit us for chemistry? No, he's not. So we just have to have him on the bench. We don't have to have him on the bench, but we'll have him on the bench. Next up, who have we got here? These are all the trash bag players. We're going to take Heinz, the centre-back. He's not going to see the light of day on the field. No problem at all. Next on... What is... Oh, that's all right. There's Verratti there. Asensio is left-footed. Don't mind that at all. We'll take Asensio. And we'll play Asensio instead of Di Maria, I think. That's quite nice. That is much better. Now, do we want Di Maria in... Ooh, maybe we put Messi up front, Di Maria in there. So Lukaku comes off now. That's not bad. That's not bad at all. What about swapping those two around though? We lose big chem there. Other than the CDM, dudes, this team's alright. And now we're going to get 2 attackers here. Oh no, we didn't. Right-footed for him, right-footed, left-footed for Sané. So we'll take Leroy Sané. And then last but not least, dudes, this will be the last pick, and then we'll have a look at the team and the bench. We're not going to get anyone too great here. All right-footed. So we'll take Defoe. We'll take Jermaine Defoe. We'll pop him on the bench. Big fan of Jermaine Defoe. Let's get our bench sorted. So we do have some We do have some nice players for subs. Obviously, everyone except the goalkeeper is left-footed. Now, I know I said I would play every left-footed player, no matter even if that means playing goalkeepers in outfield, but I don't think I should play an outfield player in goal. And the reason for that is because it will just be, I'll just lose in round one. If I've got, if I've got, say, this dude here, Ladero, in goal, I've just got no chance of winning the game. You know what I mean? So to give, I feel like goalkeeper, although I would have taken a left-footed goalkeeper if there was a left-footed goalkeeper, I feel like the smart choice for the kind of integrity of the episode is to keep Reina in goal and not put some randy left-footer in there. The players have got alright chemistry. The only person who has horrific chemistry is Di Maria. And on that note, it might be worth putting in Ladero. Oh no, because then Messi goes down to 2. What does Messi have if I put Di Maria in here? Messi goes up to 3. If I swap those two around and then take him out, I think that's better. 1 4, 2 3s. Let's put Di Maria on the bench. If I can get... What about if we put like Sané in? I don't know. I don't really know how to improve this. Obviously, Toni Kroos. Now, Toni Kroos, he's right-footed, but he's got a 5-star weak foot, and having him there would just be perfect. Or even in a CDM would be perfect. I think, though, we're going to have to sacrifice that. That's going to be our bench. We've got some great players to bring off the bench. I might stick to just left-footeds off the bench, which would be Lukaku and Di Maria and Sané. Maybe we'll do that. I don't know. What do you guys... I say, what do you guys reckon? It doesn't really make any difference. If I only do left-footed players... You know what? Let's just only do left-footed players. Let me put all the left-footed players on the bench. I'll also keep Toni Kroos on the bench because he has a 5-star weak foot. So I can't use Ronaldo and I won't use Kroos. But Di Maria, Elizu, Lukaku, Sané and Heinz are my subs. And that is my team. And London is my city. And let's see what we can get for a manager. He's 76, he's 78, he's 77, he's 76. And I think this is going to be the one, yes, 80 rated French La Liga manager. That, guys, is the team. I don't expect very much out of this team. It's going to be difficult in the first instance, playing with 11 left-footed players, but also playing with a silver CDM and a really low-rated gold right centre mid off chemistry is going to be tricky. Now, Messi on 4 chem is fine because he's so high-rated. All of the La Liga players are fine, and the defence is fine as well. It's just those 2 players in the middle of the park that are going to be an issue for me. Astori's not bad either. Decent pace, not the greatest, but because he's got low-high work rates, it counters that a little bit. Good defending, very nice height. I'm quite happy with what we've got here, guys. It is literally just these 2 guys off chem could prove costly, essentially. Hopefully they don't. This is going to be the end of the draft. Let's get into the gameplay. Okay, guys, as we go into the gameplay, the first opponent we come up against has got a 92 chemistry, 89 rated team. Team of the year, Ronaldo. Team of the season, Suarez. 97 in-form Neymar, foot birthday David Luiz, Gareth Bale, and then a bunch of just kind of like your average golds that I feel like he's got in there for chemistry. So a nice team nonetheless. I did use this formation myself in one of the most recent videos that I did, and I didn't particularly like it. But this game was not going to be easy, you know. I know I've got these theme drafts on. I still have like a desire to win. I'm a competitive player, not in terms of like competitive at the level of the professionals, but I mean, me personally, I am competitive. I like to win games for me, not for, you know what I mean, not for the competition stance, if you get what I mean. But I still like to win, even though I've got these funny drafts, and we end up going 1-0 up, and then a free kick from Lionel Messi pops that one in. A nice little finesse free kick, that. Just under the bar, quite central to the goal. You'd be a little bit disappointed if you was on the receiving end of that, because you think your goalkeeper might want to save that. But I go 2-0 up and felt like I was in good control of this game. My opponent was getting a little bit edgy, a little bit aggy, you know, started doing a few like rage slides, but eventually try and clear the ball there of Contral. I literally hit the clearance button, the B button, to try and punt it clear, but for some reason he took a weird angled swipe to just pop it straight to Ronaldo, who shoots and scores. Eventually I did go 3-1 up on the stroke of half-time. Lionel Messi getting in behind, shoots through the legs of David Luiz, and Keylor Navas unable to keep the ball out of the back of the net. So 3-1 on 45 minutes. I did concede another goal on around the hour mark. Ball goes through to Cristiano Ronaldo. He shoots and scores. It's 3-2. And it wasn't until very late in the game that the sixth and final goal came. And it was another Messi free kick. Not a finesse this time from Messi, but no, a driven shot. And the keeper just had no chance with that one. The angles were perfect from Lionel Messi. It curved away from Keylor Navas as it went toward the goal, just around the wall. Let's take another look at this. If he moved the wall, he might have stopped it. Curves it just around the wall. As the defender turned his back on the ball, it slid past him and flew into the top corner. Probably one of the best goals I've scored in a fair while. Lionel Messi there bagging all 4 goals for me, putting me 4-2 to the good and sending me through to the second round. And I'll be honest, dudes, at this point, I was just like, sweet, I made it through the first round. I'm happy with that. I didn't really expect much out of this team. You know, there's some bad players. It's all left-footed, which was going to be unique and difficult to play through. But our next opponent has a 92 km 90 rated team. Team of the season, PK, De Bruyne and Sanchez. Striker, Ronaldo. Team of the knockout stage, or team of the tournament, Messi and Ozil. Team of the year, Andres Iniesta. He's got Eric Bailly and Koscielny in there and an informed Payet as well. A sensational team all around. And things started off really, really poorly for me this game. The cross came in, tried to head it out. Ronaldo gets above the defender, gets the header into the back of the net and puts me 1-0 down. And if that was bad enough, just a few minutes later, KDB here running down the left-hand side, threads it through to Payet. Payet gets in behind my defender, cuts it across back towards the face of goal. I do get a good defensive clearance out eventually. Sorry, not a good defensive clearance out, a bad defensive clearance out. And the ball falls to De Bruyne. He gets a nice finesse shot away and shoots from range to score to make it 2-0. So I thought, okay, this could be the game where this is all, you know, the end, basically. But I got almost immediately back into the game. Griezmann into Ganso, Ganso into Lionel Messi. Messi threads it back through to Griezmann. He backs off of Griezmann, expecting the ball to be returned to the on-rushing Lionel Messi. So I just run that into the space to shoot from. That low driven was successful. We pop it in the back of the net to make it 2-1. And I'm telling you guys, I say it every episode because we score and concede goals every episode from those near post corners. That one actually went down as an Eric Bailly own goal. The corner gets whipped in, it goes off the head of Bailly to make it 2-2. And then again, my opponent just had a habit of backing off the ball carrier, trying to block the path of the pass, which allowed me in behind with Di Maria on as a sub to shoot and score. And then we eventually got a 4th goal. Romelu Lukaku into the right-hand side. My opponent defends it quite well, but gives the ball back to Lukaku, who intercepts well into Di Maria. Beautiful drag back from Di Maria, threads it through to Antoine Griezmann, who shoots and scores and makes it 4-2. And we find ourselves, guys, into the semi-final, which again, I am super, super happy about. A nice dominant performance from me in that game, actually. I felt like I was deserving of the win. I didn't feel like there was any real struggles in that game. I know my opponent had a fair bit of possession and some nice shots, but I did feel in control of that game for the majority of it. Into the semi-final, we come up against a really strong 4-4-2 team. Lots of informs. Icardi, Costa, Fabregas, Dybala, Martial and Leighton Baines. A good centre-back pairing of Cahill and Bailly, but then he's got Pantilimon in goal. And I know Pantilimon is super tall, but he's not the best goalkeeper. 77 rated for a reason, and we end up picking up the first goal here. The ball comes into Ganso. He sidesteps the defender. I thought, you know what? It is a weak goalkeeper. Let me have a pop. And what a banger from Ganso. Top bins, no chance. Even at like 19 feet tall, was Pantilimon going to save that. He tried to dive. He got his arm stretched out, but it was just too deep into the corner. In off the underside of the bar to make it 1-0. And eventually, I made it 2-0 as well. Great counter-attack here, picking up possession. It was a counter-attack really, but not really as well. And it's, I think, Asenjo there with the left foot banger into the bottom right-hand corner. And we go 2-0 up. And that was all the goals in this game. So we find ourselves all the way through to the final of the draft. His keeper made 10 saves there from Pantilimon. Absolute dominant performance. And I couldn't believe it. Genuinely couldn't believe I've made it to the final with a team such as what we've got. A themed draft, and we're still picking up wins. And we come up against definitely the best team of the event that we've come up against. Team of the season, Dele Alli. Informed Suarez. The special man of the match, Lacazette. He's got informed Pogba, regular Kante. Team of the year, Iniesta. Team of the season, Lloris and Valencia. He's got the special Pepe, the special Luis, and then Chris Smalling. It's not only a great team, but to his credit, he was a good player. I was struggling to hold on throughout the game, but once again, dudes, that near post corner is resulting in a goal. I scored one earlier on in the tournament. I conceded one now, and it was heartbreaking because 15 minutes left. I was fighting hard to hang on because I was being outplayed in this game. There's no question about that. He was outplaying me completely, and he probably deserved to score a goal. I did make a couple of really good opportunities myself that I didn't take. But it was sad for me that that's the way I conceded the goal that basically settled this tie. He did eventually score again. He kept shielding it in the corner after that, so I kept pumping my keeper out to try and force the play, hoping that I'd steal the ball and be able to counter him. The risk is always there that when you pull your keeper out, they're going to be able to tap the ball into an empty net. Unfortunately, it was the case. Really brutal how it just deflected off my defender and into the path of his Willian. This, though, guys, is going to be the end of the gameplay. Let's get into the packs. All right, guys, so we end up making it to the final with this team. Gotta be honest, very happy with that. I came up against a good opponent in the final. It was such a shame, though, at the end, last sort of 10 minutes, he just started shielding it in the corner. And I understand it's the draft final and he wants to win, but it's the middle of August. You know what I mean? There's 1 month for the new game. It's not that serious. Not that I would have won or not anyway. I feel like I deserve to lose the game in the final. You know, he was shielding in the corner, which is what got him his second goal. Like, typically when people do that, one way, like, people will stand there, and because this game is just stupid, you can't get the ball off them. So one good way to force the play is to actually start bringing your keeper out, because what happens is they'll panic. And either they'll try and cross it, they might end up scoring, but at least it advances the play, right? At least, like, if they don't score and you get the ball, you get an opportunity to go down the other end and score. And if they do score, it wouldn't have made a difference, because if you didn't try and bring your keeper out, they would have just stayed shielding in the corner and you wouldn't have been able to get the ball off of them. The result would have been the same. So I always take that risk of, like, pumping the keeper out when somebody tries to shield it in the corner in the final few minutes. And on this occasion, it backfired. I did concede the goal. And as I say, I deserved to lose the game in the final 100%. He was by far the better player. My team just was unable to compete, you know. But it's a shame that for the last 10, 12 minutes of the game, he was just shielding it in the corner. I was just kind of like, okay, come on, man. Like, you know, it's literally the end of the game cycle. I've got a horrific team. You've dominated the game anyway. It was just a little bit unnecessary. But with that being said, very, very happy with making it to the final with this team. It's not the best team. In fact, it's a horrific team. But it played really well. I managed to grind my way all the way through to the final. Very, very, very happy with making it to the final, guys. I wish I could have won it for you dudes, but I'll take the loss in the final. If you would have said to me at the start, you know, after building that team, you'll get to the final and lose, I'd have been like, brilliant. I think that's a great result. So we get ourselves a Jumbo Premium Gold Pack and a Premium Gold Players Pack, and we get ourselves the Transferred Guardado. 82 rated, so might have some decent value. No. We'll pop all these things into the club. The fitness card is quite nice. CM to CDM is nice. The Maestro is quite nice as well. Marouane Fellaini there as well. And a random player that I don't care about, and we'll discard the rest. And then last but not least, dudes, the Premium Gold Players Pack. Can we get an inform? No, we can't. Some nice informed players in Team of the Week right now as well. We get the transferred Borja Valero, so another 83 rated player there. Not too bad at all. He'll go well for selling to get some coins back. We'll send these players into the club. We'll send these dudes up to the trade pile. That is going to be the end of the video. If you guys did enjoy this, be sure to leave a like, rating, comment, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. But for now, guys, I'm out. Peace.